Okay, this is my latest project in the midst of all this horse shit. So, I mean, not really a break from this, but it kind of is. This is the project car that I'm painting. This one is just getting buttoned up, so it's for sale. It is currently for sale. Someone should definitely get that off my hands. Had it for way too long, but this is my newest project. I picked up a EG 4-door, um, which is a 92 Honda Civic sedan. I found it on the Facebook Marketplace. It was. I'll insert a picture somewhere. And I bought it for 140 bucks. Clean car, actually pretty nice, and has a blown motor. Well, we think it's blown. So I went on another Craigslist adventure, Facebook adventure, and I found me a motor. This is a single cam Honda D series. It's a D15B7, which is the exact same bottom end that is in the car, but this is a Vtec head. So it is a mini me swap. It's a Y8 head. I believe it's what they call a mini me swap. And we're just gonna be freshening this up. It had so much fucking oil all over this thing. So I sprayed it up with some where is it? Some carb cleaner. Take a wire brush, scrub it a little bit. I'm gonna do some aim to the head, clean it up. That's just that side for now. But I can't stand having a dirty motor in the car. Let me grab that light again. As you can see, it doesn't look that clean, but it's all dusty from the sanding and everything like that. But the block's all painted and stuff like that. I'm not gonna go that crazy on this. I just want it to look like it's not a leaking piece of shit. So, got a valve cover gasket set and some stuff like that. The rest of it's pretty clean. See, like the intake was painted black, or I don't think it's a factory black. And then the one problem I have is the one valve cover bolt fucking snapped in there. That wasn't my thing. That was somebody trying to tighten it down way too much. That was the other guy. Didn't notice it when I picked the motor up. Missing the plastic shielding. I'm not sure if I can get a plastic shielding to fit, since it is not a factory configuration here. So I do have the plastics off the other motor. I'm going to try my hardest to custom make it to fit, because I cannot stand these guys putting half-ass motors together and half-ass cars. That and the Honda guys like to take off power steering and the AC and stuff like that. I can understand the AC, but if it's there, I'm putting it back together the right way, especially the power steering. Things I hate about getting into other people's projects. I bought a Honda Civic and just had to go pick up a motor. Guy told me it was clean. It looks clean, but that's not how it came. It was covered in about a fucking inch of grease. Took the motor to a car wash, degreased it, sprayed it off, wire wheeled it. Fucking got some time to clean this up. I can't stand dirty engines and shit like that. So I'm trying to figure out, like, where does all this oil coming from? So took the valve cover off. Has a broken bolt. We'll show you that. The gasket was siliconed. So turn the motor over just to look at it. And I was just gonna wire wheel the pan, get some of the oil off of it. And sure as shit, you can tell the gasket was blown out. It was siliconed. They put it back together. It was missing a couple bolts. Half them fuckers were loose. So, as I'm wire wheeling to get all the grease off, I see that it's welded right here. So, alright, not a problem. But it's chicken shit welds. So, I ended up welding it. And then I threw some JB Weld just to smooth it in there, just to be sure I don't have any fucking leaks. Painted it up, put a new gasket on it. And I put a little bit of silicone on it, so I'm not trying to deal with any more fucking leaks. Tightened it all up. All the bolts are tight. I found a couple extra bolts. They're all in there now. So that's one fucking problem. Second problem, it's upside down, but the plastic covers. Nobody ever fucking puts them on there. Why are we gonna leave open exposed timing covers? Timing cover gears. It's just a pet peeve of mine. I don't know. If you have the fucking parts, put it back the way it was. I feel like it was more work to take the bottom cover off, because it'd take the crank pulley off, I believe, to get it off. So they could just put the top half of it back on. I don't know. The other problem I had was a broken valve cover bolt. It was in there. I'll show you the snap bolt. There it is. You can see. So what I did to take that apart and get that out of there. Sure, there's a couple different ways you can do it, but I like my way better. Get a welder, hook up the ground, weld onto the end of it, and then take a pair of vice grips and try and twist it out of there. First I was having problems. The little pieces kept breaking off of there, and I was worried, so what I did was I shoved some towels inside the oil galleys, and there's a little couple pieces of metal there, but I'll clean those all out. But I just wanted to make sure nothing got in the oil galleys, and I was having a problem. They kept breaking, so cranked the heat up on there, and as soon as I did, cranked the heat up on there, it just kept welding, just little passes and circles, and built it up high enough, and then I couldn't. They wouldn't snap no more. It penetrated deep enough in there that it wouldn't snap. And let's see if you can see that. So I rounded the top of the weld off with the vice grips because it was so fucking tight in there. So what I did was welded another little nubbin on the end here. It's like the vice grips on there kept making little passes. The vice grips work the best. You could get a tool like this if you can get on straight. And the more you loosen this, the more it tightens up in here and it takes it right apart. So that was that problem. So I'm painting the valve cover. It's not too pretty, but it's better than it was. And hopefully the valve cover bolt on my other motor, it's not Vtec though, so I think it'll still work though. But I'll have a head or valve cover bolt for it, just so it don't fucking leak no more. Got new gaskets. Clean that metal out of there, gasket it up, and it's good as new. Let's see. Clean this motor up. This thing was caked full of oil. You know, it looks way better now. New valve cover gasket. It's a pain in the ass to put these on. I never realized that. These are a pain in the ass to do too, these little seals that go in the bolts. Missing one bolt right now. I ordered a used set of bolts. I just need the one. The other motor I have is non-Vtec, and the bolt wasn't going to work as studs. So we're just going to have to work with that when it gets here. Tighten it down the rest of the way. Well, they're all tight, just the one. Throw the new seal on the new bolt. Tighten it down. And it'll be done. Ready to throw in the car. We got a lot of snow here, so I'm not sure when I'll get to it. But new oil filter we'll put on there, and then it'll be ready to go.